Coming up next in this prison story, I explain how finessing somebody in a prison hustle turns into true crime real quick. It gets very savage and violent. So stay tuned to JS Corner's Prison Stories. What up? We are back. Who am I? Jersey Street Corner, and this is the Prison Talk Show, people. So let's get into it. Now, today, this prison story is going to be about, I guess you could call it true crime in prison. Now, the story is about a white guy named Larry. They called him Larry Lowball. He got that nickname because, you know, when you do deals with guys in the pod for commissary or services, whatever it might be, even a haircut, Larry was always trying to lowball in every situation. He just bartered. I don't know. I guess he got that from the streets, or he was just cheap. I don't know. So they start calling him Larry Lowball. Anyway, Larry was he was an alright guy. He was a cool white guy. He hung out with all black guys. You know, nobody ever had no problems with him. No racist stuff. None of that. Real cool guy. And he always hung out at the basketball court. Now, he always played around with the basketball. You know, nobody ever seen him play or nothing like that. But supposedly he loved basketball. But supposedly he couldn't play worth a dime. So nobody would ever pick him for a team or nothing like that. And if somebody did play him, it was easy money. So a lot of times he would go out there and try his best and take bets. You know, he was cool, so he wanted to be down. And it was something light, like 2 soups a game, maybe 4 soups a game, till 21, one-on-one. And he'd go out there and lose. You know, he won't even get a shot off. They'd be dominating him on that court. But they showed him love and they let him keep rocking because, hey, they was eating off of him, so why not? I guess they figured he needs some practice. They might as well make some money while he practiced. Now, nobody could have suspected that Larry Lowball was as devious as he turned out to be. Because Larry Lowball, well, he had a different agenda. He was, how you say the word, playing dumb. That's what they call it, playing dumb. He knew the whole time that all these guys in the prison was going to doubt him. And, you know, they wouldn't let him play. Like reindeer games. They wouldn't let Rudolph play in none of the reindeer games. Well, they wouldn't let Larry Lowball play in none of the prison games. Because he sucked. Now, every summer, the prison allows the inmates to run a tournament through the whole prison. That means prisoners from other pods, all over, we can get together and have these tournaments on certain days. So you might have like 10 games in one day. And the whole object is, it's kind of like knockout. So you play against an opponent. Whoever wins moves on. The loser gets dropped out. Now, people was lining up left and right for this event. Because, you know, it also involved commissary. There was definitely a pot at the end of the rainbow. Now, Larry signed up for the competition. Everybody laughing. But once he signed up, they can't do nothing about it. They have to play Larry. And a lot of them just think that it's going to be a cakewalk. Like, oh, man, this dude joking, man. Come on, man. You just get in the way. Well, let me tell y'all what happened, y'all. And this is where the finesse, the true crime, starts to kick in and take place. Larry, you know, he wasn't first. He would go, I think he went around 5th or 6th round is when he finally got to get up there and play. Now, when Larry got on the court, start dribbling the ball, everybody head turned. They're like, wait a minute, we thought he couldn't even dribble the damn ball. He could actually dribble the ball. And Larry not showing off or nothing. He ain't doing nothing fancy. He got the ball and he just shoot. Whoop. Dropping them. He's staying way back. He ain't even coming inside, y'all. He's staying way back. Just dropping shots. Destroying people. And he just knocking people out the box just like that. Once he get the ball, it's going in. Now, people starting to notice that he's a dangerous opponent. And they're like, alright, we ain't know this Joker could play. What's up with him, man? I thought y'all said, he couldn't play. That's what people in other pods is asking people from my pod. And they like, we ain't never see him shoot like this, man. We ain't never see him do no shit like this. Oh, hell nah. He must have been holding out. I don't know. He lost mass soups. He gave us soup and all type of commissary over games that he done lost. And now the pieces are starting to come together. Excuse me. People are starting to realize that they got. Those soups that he lost and that commissary he lost was a small price to pay if he could win the big pot at the end of this rainbow. So now everybody's hot. The people that got knocked out, they feel some type of way. They feel that they thought they were a better player than him, but he just scored shots from the outside on them. No physical contact, no fouls, none of that. So Larry would go on to the 10th and the 12th and the 15th round, and he just doing the same thing. Ain't nobody really challenging him. By the time they get in his face, he done popped the ball up, dropping shots on him. Now, it got to a point in time where a lot of these jokers is getting real mad. And you talking about gang members, all types of individuals, dangerous individuals that don't play when it comes to prison rules. They feel like they got. You're not going to get them, and there's not going to be no repercussions. Because, see, it backfired on everybody. They all thought they was trying to get him. They thought they was letting him sign up to be a martyr, to just keep getting got. But, and that's why they let him keep rocking. They let him keep rocking because they thought that eventually they was going to knock him out. But nah, he knocking all these jokers out. And he got to one inmate that was supposed to be the equivalent of, let's say, your Jordan, or somebody of that stature. So now this guy, he think he all that. They call him Zebo. And Zebo, he dribbling, he popping it between his legs. He doing the most. He got the skills. He crossing over, all that. He knocking people out the box too. Now, it's almost time for him to meet Larry Lowball. And now what do y'all think happens? Get in the comment box, y'all. Get in the comment box and tell me, what do you think Larry Lowball does next? I want to know what y'all think, y'all, because this is a true story. It's a prison story about how people get maneuvered and finessed right under their nose, and by the time they realize it, it's too late. Well, I'm gonna tell you what Larry Lowball did. Do y'all remember when Allen Iverson, the answer, put the moves on Michael Jordan, made him look crazy, cut back, and dropped it on him? Well, that's what Larry Lowball did. He had Zebo out there looking crazy in front of all his boys. The whole prison just saw him get cut up by a white boy that supposedly couldn't even play basketball. And now he's steaming mad. 1 point left. And guess what? Larry Lowball is on the outside. By the time Zebo gets from out of the paint to try and put his hands up the block, that ball is already in the hoop. He just knocked Zebo out the competition. Zebo no longer has a chance to win that pot. And he ain't gonna let that ride. No, he is not. So, y'all, let's fast forward a little bit. Obviously, Larry Lowball just happened to end up being the best player on the yard. He ends up winning the whole pot, y'all. He won the pot. He's celebrating. He hit a few people off with some stuff that, he dealt with or whatever, or that he might have owed some stuff. And he went on back to his pod to put everything up and relax. Maybe take a shower, eat some, hookup or something, since he just won all that commissary. He getting ready to chill. That's what he think. But nah, that's not about to happen at all, because Zebo feels some type of way, and he's coming to see Larry. He coming to see Larry about that commissary, and they're not going to have a very nice discussion. Now, upon further investigation, Zebo, he found out that Larry Lowball, he went to prison for shaving points. He was semi-pro out there in them streets, and he threw a lot of games to make a lot of money. And well, he got caught. So not only did he get caught finessing out in the streets, but now he just got caught finessing in the prison. And the guys aren't taking it lightly. They all feel some type of way. Not only do Zebo feel some type of way, but the rest of the guys that got taken advantage of feel some type of way. So Zebo forms a mob, and they make a plan. And y'all already know, once they want you, they got to have you, and it's just gonna be that. Now, let me get y'all to understand the severity of the situation. Zebo proclaims not to be a booty monster, but he also says he believes in swift, severe punishment. He don't like the things that he does to people, but he has to punish people in the most cruel and severe, degrading way to make sure they never disrespect him again. And if that involves taking somebody's manhood, well, that's just what he gonna have to do to get his point across. And he don't think twice about it after he do it. Zebo don't care. Now, they mob on out, and they looking around for any possible clue where this guy could be. He's not in his cell. Where could he be? He's not in the bathroom. He's not in the day room. So they just wait. Now, you can't really clock somebody in prison because people got classes. You don't know what they got going on. You don't know their schedule unless you clock them. So that's what they end up having to do. Wait around and see, when does Larry Lowball come back to his cell for the afternoon. And they saw he had a class that he was coming back from. And they said, all right, we got him now. They rushed on over to his cell. It was about 6 of them, y'all. 6 big basketball playing demons. And all of them proclaim that they're not booty monsters. Well, the stories that circulated the prison after that incident would claim otherwise. Because supposedly, they went in there, beat Larry Lowball down, took all the commissary out of his locker, put it in the pillowcase. And then, y'all, they took a sheet off the bed, hung it up over the cell door, and supposedly all 6 of them took their time having their way with Larry Lowball. And all of them supposedly say they don't like doing the things that they do, but they have to administer prison justice when it comes down to it. They don't need nobody looking at them like they soft. So they grape that man over and over 6 times. All 6 of them, back to back. Yeah. And they came out and let everybody know what they did to Larry Lowball for his treachery and deceit. He lied to the whole pod, to the whole prison, acted like he couldn't play basketball, but he was semi-pro. Oh, he came in there with the intentions of robbing everybody blind. And well, Larry Lowball just had it backfire on him because he just got robbed blind for his manhood 6 times. Yeah, y'all. Larry Lowball ended up wearing a diaper. The next time we saw Larry Lowball, he was walking down the pod with a diaper on. And you could tell because their pants is all bulged out. Larry Lowball never stepped foot on that basketball court again, y'all. Nope. He never even looked at a basketball again. And for some reason, I think after that incident, other incidents happened to Larry Lowball after that. One or two of those guys that was in that cell that proclaim they don't like doing the things they do, well, rumor has it that two of them came back to have a little bit more fun. And they continued to pound Larry out week after week after week. So sometimes finessing in prison is definitely not a good idea if you can't get it off smooth enough to the point where the other person doesn't realize you're finessing them. Because when they find out, that prison justice will be severe, and you don't know what it could be. Honestly, Larry Lowball might have got lucky he didn't get unalived. Because some of these guys, they just don't play. Some guys will do it just for the principle. Larry Lowball got raped over a basketball game, over somebody's feelings getting hurt, over a couple of soups and cans of tuna, a few honey buns. Yeah. They taught Larry Lowball a lesson he will never forget in his life. So, when it comes to true crime, prison is number one. Don't think the crime stops when you get locked up and go to prison. Oh no, that's just the beginning. You have no idea of the criminals at large around you, the things that they're capable of. You have no idea that everybody in the prison is on demon time. And well, you just never know when it's your time to go. Somebody could slit your throat with a blade just for staring at them wrong in the mess hall. You could be a victim, YN. You could be a victim of circumstance. Just being in the wrong place at the wrong time could get you beat down, possibly unalived. So learn a lesson from Larry Lowball, y'all. Learn a lesson that if you go to prison, don't try and out-hustle people, because let me tell you something. There's plenty of hustlers that have been there a lot longer than you, and they know the game, and they know exactly how to move in a tank full of monsters. Y'all get it? Do y'all get it now? Prison ain't for the weak. Any and everything will happen in prison. And if you scared, well, it's just like pit bulls could sense your fear. The prisoners will sense your fear, and they will eat you alive, rip you to pieces, take everything you got, even your dignity. And most importantly, your manhood. If you cannot protect your manhood, well, you in the wrong place, because it will get tested. There's always going to be a Booty Bama or a Big Bubba or a Carl or a Punisher. It's always going to be a big booty bandit looking to finish you off. And if you let them, well, you might as well just say goodbye to your cheeks, because you're going to be getting your cheeks abused and obliterated every day of your bid, as long as you in that prison. And even if they transfer you to another prison, that tag goes with you. Yeah. Don't think you could skip prisons and get away from what you are. Once a booty bandit gets you, he got you forever. You ain't never escaping him. If it ain't him running up in you, it's going to be another one of his goonies in another prison that got the word already that you easy pickings. And it's just going to be party on you every night. Alright, y'all, listen, that's going to be it for this story. I hope you learned something. I hope you liked it. Get in the comment box, share, subscribe, like this video, hype this video, man. Alright, with that, This is the Jersey Street Corner Prison Talk Show. I am your boy, Jersey Street Corner, and I'm out.